So we're on another road trip, and we're actually on our way just outside of Kingston to check out yet another boat. So that's going to be really cool. One of two boats that we have to check out today. The other one is closer past Toronto on Lake Erie. So we're going to check out the Great Lakes. We're even going to go all the way down to quick, help me.
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls, thank you. So we're gonna go all the way down to we're gonna go down to Niagara Falls and see it for the first time. So that's gonna be awesome. But first, we gotta go check out a couple boats.
In last week's episode, we drank some maple syrup at the sugar camp and visited both of our families. So we are in the Hunter 33 and we're opening every single little spot that we can open, checking it all out. Looks like there might have been a bit of water damage.
So this is something we want to avoid. This rotten wood here by our chain plates, these need to be secured into something really solid, and this is pretty rotten here, so that would be a pretty big repair that we'd have to fix, so we have to keep that in mind.
But anyways, there's a bit of stuff that needs some fixing, portholes, hatches, that kind of stuff. But there's also some really good things. There's a few of the sails, some of them look almost like new, the boom's really good. So there's a lot of good stuff, some bad stuff.
So overall, the boat seems like it's in pretty good condition. The main issue we're noticing so far is on that side. The chain plates here are pretty rotten away like we showed you earlier, but on this side they're really good. A lot of the other issues are pretty aesthetic based anyway. Almost every one of these portholes or the windows on the boat are going to need to be replaced at some point because they're all cracked or broken. They're kind of the cheaper plastic model versus the bronze or stainless steel, which are more expensive but they last you a lot longer. But some of the main things that we're concerned about, like the plate here where the mast is secure excuse me, I got the hiccups. The mast is secured to the deck. Everything seems good. There's no water leaking. It doesn't seem like there's much water seeping into the deck. It seems like there might be one soft spot on the deck in the front, but it's hard to tell without a professional's opinion. Just from what I feel with my footing, it doesn't feel as strong as the other spots. So anyways, yeah, we're just digging away every little nook and cranny. We're pulling out all of the sails, checking them all. Making sure the unicycle still works here because this is definitely going to come in handy. But just checking every little thing. The boats are often filled with junk, and you gotta move the junk from one spot over to the other spot to check underneath the junk on one side, and then move it over to the other side to check the junk underneath the other side. So yeah, just making sure there's no hidden problems right now. Testing out the winches, making sure they work in both directions. Woo! So when checking the deck, you can use a screwdriver and just tap it along the deck and just listen for changes. Sometimes it might change to a louder noise because of a strut or something, or support underneath. But what you don't want is a hollow noise. So just listen to the sound change. There's a rock under there. So right there, it's like a thud. So there's definitely some water that's gotten into there by the sounds of it. So there seems like there's a little more play in the rudder here than what I'm used to seeing, but not much more. I just tested another one nearby just to compare it, and it seems like it moves like maybe a ½ inch at the bottom. There's a little bit of play, maybe a bearing or something, or a bushing. Oh, what is that? Yeah, it's kind of weird. Why does it jump like that?
Okay, so we came back from doing an inspection on a 1981 Hunter 33, another one of those, and that one is in way better shape because he can tell that the owner of that boat is living on it, so he's catching trouble as it kind of comes up and maintaining it versus sitting on the hard for 2 years without any love. But anyways, there's still a bit of problems on it. Like we've noticed there's some soft spots in the rudder. The Genoa sail will need replacing very, very soon. It's kind of rough looking. As for the hull and deck, it all looks quite solid really. So solid fiberglass in the hull, didn't really notice any moisture area, I guess, from our own tapping with a screwdriver type of inspection. Same with the deck, there's a bit of water around the steering. Shrouds are quite solid, so the deck seems pretty decent. The rigging is also in good condition. A little bit of surface rust, and one of the halyards has a little kink, but nothing too serious. As for below deck, the fridge actually doesn't work. We might need to replace the compressor. The stove oven is all alcohol. Don't really like that, so we're probably eventually gonna end up replacing it with propane, or anyways, we'll figure out something for that one if we do decide to get this boat. The boat looks in pretty decent condition overall. It also has 3 batteries, which are super old, but it's pretty impressive. He was telling us how those batteries are like just regular cheap kind of car style batteries, and they've actually been working for about 10 years.
Hey guys, so before we decide on whether or not we're gonna get that boat, we decided, well, first off, we just called the surveyor, so we got a survey in a few days to go through, so that's gonna be awesome. The first boat we've actually fully decided to commit to the survey because we can't really see any glaring no's, as our friend Mike would put it, which essentially would just be like, okay, something so wrong with it there's something so badly wrong with it that we wouldn't want to spend the amount of money that we would need to get it back up to sailing quality. So this boat is really well documented, which is great because often, you know, you're there researching online to try to find stuff, and some of the older boats really don't have much stuff online. So the old owners of this boat were really meticulous, and they seem to have, here's a Model 22 2-speed winch as an example. For almost every piece of equipment on the boat, they seem to have documentation and basically reference manuals for servicing and maintenance of each device or each component on the boat, which is wonderful. So one of the 2 main factors that we're looking for, I guess 3, let's call it, in a sailboat is the hull in good condition? Is there any damage, serious damage, that would need repair before we can sail anywhere on the hull? Because that's your main core. Are the sails in good condition? Is the rigging and sails, let's put those together as number 2. And those are pretty important because they cost you a lot of money to repair. and the engine, because when everything else fails, there's no wind and you need to get out of a tight situation, you want an engine to be able to do that. So our engine is a diesel Yanmar. Actually, we got the book right here, 2M. You might not be able to see it. Anyways, we got a 2GM engine, and comparing to the other 33 Hunter, the exact same boat, same model of boat that we looked at, this engine is in way better condition from what we can tell. We haven't started it up yet, so we'll find out for sure when we go to start it up. But it's running, or it seems to be running really well from what the last owner said, and it looks immaculate. There's not much oil inside. It's clean. So if there is an oil leak or any issues, we're gonna hopefully be able to see them right away. Hey guys, so we're here at the marina. Nice big huge marina, nice breakwater to keep it nice and calm in here. I don't think we've been in a marina this big.
Sugarloaf.
Well, to be more specific, we're at Sugarloaf Marina in Port
Colborne.
Port Colborne is where we are. Pretty cool little area. They got a sweet wakeboarding cable park built in here, so that might be cool to try in the summer, who knows. But yeah, anyways, they got a nice big breakwater, tons of room for boats here, so we're not gonna have any problem getting a spot here. And we sort of put an offer in on a boat. It's not like concrete, but we got a rough idea of what we're gonna have to offer for both us and the seller to be happy with the price. And so now we got an inspector coming in a few days, like I said, and we'll see where that goes. It's exciting. Add-ons, right? Like you got this one.
Probably the same kind of, I would replace that.
Okay.
The thing is, zinc is not great with fresh water. Most of the animals. Yeah, pretty wet there. Or again, like I said, it could be a metal plate. You don't know, but this is probably wet. Yeah, it's very wet.
Next week, we're going to be having some fun times in Niagara Falls, so make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss the episode.